Hello and welcome into this week's edition of the RNN Diecast review right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. On this week's Diecast review, we are back to something other than a cup car. As you can see in front of you, we are on a truck this week, still with race to win versions though. This week it is Brett Moffitt's Iowa winning truck. So we'll take a look around the box here. Pretty standard ARC box here. 18 and action on the one side. 2018 truck schedule on the back. And then, of course, the production sticker on this side. They made 505 of these, just barely made minimum order quantity. But they were made, and that is the important part, which doesn't surprise me because it's a Brett Moffitt truck, and he seemed to gain a lot of popularity this season. So let's take a look at what comes in the box. Pretty standard stuff. A bit of a crinkled up Truck Series winner sticker. Red and white bag of confetti. And then a bit of a slightly torn up race detail card here. Bit of a rip here on the bottom and the top. For whatever reason, this stuff was stuck in the box not very well. Like, this was all crunched in there, and so was that winner sticker. Somebody screwed up at the factory, apparently, when putting these things in there. Anyway, Brett Moffitt, M&M's 200 winner, June 16th, 2018, third career Truck Series victory. And on the back, Moffitt wins one at hometown track. And you can pause to read if you want to. Alright, so that's what's in the box. Now let's take a look at the star of the show, and that is the Diecast. And it's a good-looking Diecast. This is the only way you can get this particular paint scheme for Brett Moffitt. In fact, race to win versions and the championship, well, no, they didn't make a championship version. So race to win versions are the only way you can get any Brett Moffitt trucks in this 16 truck. So that is something to keep in mind if you're a Brett Moffitt fan and you are looking for some Brett Moffitt die-casts. So let's take a look at the truck here. Toyota Tundra on the nose here, HRE and the number 16 on the hood. Smart Series Destiny Homes. I like the look of this paint scheme. This light-ish green and white I think goes really well together. I wouldn't quite call it light green, but it's close. Slight bit of confetti here down the hood and on the windshield. Not a lot, but there's a little bit there. On the roof, a little bit more confetti. Gray number 16 for this paint scheme. And then here on the back deck lid, Moffitt across the rear window, Toyota. Northland Foundations, Inc., Ames, Iowa. And what do we got here on the side? James Hardy and Aspen Air, Inc., Heating and Cooling. Now the driver's side of the truck, a little bit of dirt here, a little bit of dirt buildup, and a little bit more confetti. Again, not a lot of confetti on this truck. Hard plastic window net as usual for the trucks. Brett Moffitt across the name rail, contingency sponsors on this side, as well as some more sponsors down the B post. A few sponsors here in front of the rear tire, a lot of the same ones that are on the back deck lid. I see Aspen Air, Inc., Heating and Coolings, James Hardy, Sirius XM, TRD, and DDA. Smart Series Destiny Homes, and Concrete Supply on the back quarter panel. A little bit of rubber buildup here behind the left rear tire as well. On the back bumper, Destiny Homes, Smart Series, Toyota Tundra, HRE, and the number 16. And looking down the passenger side, relatively the same as the driver's side. A little bit of burnt off area here around the exhaust, a little bit more confetti, a little bit of marks and scuffs on the Goodyears, but overall relatively the same as the driver's side. So, like I said, relatively clean truck, but again, this is the only way you can get this paint scheme if you're a Brett Moffitt fan and you want the stuff from his Truck Series Championship season. Given that it barely made minimum order quantity at 505, there's not a lot of these left out there. If you are a Brett Moffitt fan and you want one and you don't have one yet, I would consider getting on that right now because I feel like they're already getting rare and they're just going to get rarer. So if you want this, I would pounce on it now. I'm not really sure where they're available from yet. I didn't really look before this. If I find anything, I will leave links down in the description of where you can find these if you want one. If you watch this anytime later than, I don't know, a couple days after this was uploaded, I can't guarantee those links will still be good depending on who ends up buying between now and then. So that is, click the links and look at your own risk. They may not still be there, or they might still be there. I don't know, but I will search around the dealers and see if I can find any of these left if you would like one. But I believe that'll do it for today's Diecast review. Only 2 weekends left, not this weekend, but the next weekend we get back to having cars on track. I am so excited. I'm sure you are as well. And we can get back to having more content here on the channel. We're doing things bigger and better this season in 2019, so I hope you're excited for that as we continue to grow here on RNN. And yeah, just look out for more RNN news breaks here over the next week or so as things continue to break, and a couple other cool things here in the next week or so as we get ready for the ARCA season opener at Daytona and the Canaan East season opener at New Smyrna. So cool things coming up here to look forward to. But I believe that'll do it for this Diecast review. So if you haven't done it already, why don't you go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. And while you're down there, why don't you hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It's much appreciated when you do, and it helps us out so much when you do that. But at that, this has been an RNN Diecast review. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.